Hello, Cardano community. Today, I'm pleased to share the closeout of DRepChain, an onboarding toolkit for new DReps project with ID 13149. The project was funded under the Cardano Open Ecosystem Challenge category of Cardano Project Catalyst Fund 13. This challenge was designed to drive grassroots growth, expand education, and strengthen community participation across Cardano. We entered this challenge because we identified a governance readiness gap emerging in the Voltaire era. While Cardano had successfully implemented governance infrastructure, many ADA holders and aspiring delegate representatives were navigating this new system without structured, accessible guidance despite the influx of information. Governance mechanisms existed, but governance literacy was uneven. That gap posed a decentralization risk, not because the system was flawed, but because effective participation requires clarity, confidence, and practical understanding. Our proposal focused on building a non-technical DRep onboarding toolkit. The goal was not to create new software or protocol features. Instead, we aimed to strengthen what I would describe as the human layer of governance. Once the project went live, we progressed through clearly defined phases. We began with research and synthesis of governance documentation, which helped us in identifying and understanding DRep onboarding pain points. Along the way, one of our key learnings was that governance education cannot remain abstract. Community members do not just want definitions of roles and processes. They want to understand what action to take, how to evaluate the DRep promise, how to communicate, and how to remain accountable within the system. From the research output, we designed plain language educational materials, structured onboarding pathways, and practical participation guidance that would help both DReps and ADA holders engage more effectively. These modules were then integrated to form a structured onboarding toolkit or playbook, as others may refer to it, for DReps. The toolkit is loaded with features such as table of contents panel, menu bar, search bar, feedback buttons and forms, pagination buttons, a footer, and most importantly, audio-visual integrations.
Billionaire and still be miserable and fall apart and die. And the challenge is that the sources of meaning, how we live in society, how we treat each other, the rites of passages, how society educates people, how we live and work together, they've been stripped away in modern society. We don't really have, in Western worlds, clear rites of passage anymore.
With all relevant information embedded in the toolkit, DReps do not have to maneuver through several tabs to find basic information that could help them participate in governance anymore. The flagship feature of this toolkit is in the step-by-step interactive tutorials, which guides DReps on how to perform certain tasks like navigating the toolkit, creating wallets, connecting to GovTools, creating a DRep profile, voting on governance actions, and many more in real time as they engage with the toolkit.
Hello and welcome to this tutorial. You will be guided on how to complete the step-by-step process to become a delegated representative and participate in Cardano governance. When you are ready, kindly click the Get Started button to commence with the tutorial. To start your journey as a delegate representative, simply click the Register button to begin the registration process. Take a moment to carefully review the responsibilities and requirements of becoming a DRep. Once you're ready, click Continue to move forward with the process. Enter a unique name for your DRep profile. This name will be visible to the public and represent you within the Cardano governance system.
We were able to keep the project within scope. The deliverables outlined in our proposal were completed as approved in our milestone assessment module. At the outset, we set milestones around toolkit development, public engagement, and measurable community validation. A major milestone was our public launch webinar, where we fully demonstrated the designed toolkit to at least 57 live participants. The engagement was interactive, and the feedback we received was strongly positive. Participants described the toolkit as thoughtful, practical, and genuinely useful for onboarding and strengthening effective DRep participation. In terms of fund management, the project remained within budget and did not experience limiting financial challenges. The greater challenge was ensuring depth of impact rather than superficial reach. We addressed this by encouraging discussion, collecting feedback, and positioning the toolkit as a working resource rather than a static document. The toolkit at its current standing has gone through 2 testing, evaluation, and upgrade phases. While that is a very important milestone, we believe that continuous improvement is necessary and hence encourage the ecosystem to use it, provide feedback, and suggest contents or upgrades. What did we not fully achieve? We would have liked to see broader cross-regional participation at testing and launch. While engagement was meaningful, scaling globally remains a next phase objective. With the project being open source, we encourage further development or advancement of the toolkit by members of the ecosystem. For a non-technical project, our evidence of delivery is reflected in the published research material, the recorded launch session which demonstrated the features of the toolkit, and validated community feedback received over the length of the project implementation. Looking ahead, the next phase for DRepChain is scaling. Governance systems evolve and educational infrastructure must evolve with them. We intend to expand outreach, refine materials based on feedback, and explore partnerships that strengthen governance literacy across regions. If future funding is pursued, it would focus on broader distribution, localization, and deeper engagement initiatives. Ultimately, decentralization is not sustained by code alone. It is sustained by informed participants. At DRepChain, we contribute to that foundation by making governance participation clearer, more structured, and more accessible. We are grateful to the Cardano community and Project Catalyst for the opportunity to deliver this work. The funded phase may be complete, but the commitment to strengthening decentralized governance continues. Thank you.